Hi, Joe Cerrone.
And Al Rosen, how are you today?
Welcome to CAD 134, Basic AutoCAD for Interior Design, and our weekly Zoom classroom meeting. Alrighty, so we've released some new videos as we continue with the course. We have created videos for the exercises at the end of chapter 3. And so there is a video for how to, it goes over the textbook. And then we have videos for the drawing assignments. If we look at our calendar of events, we're running our interior design Zoom meeting today. Students are welcome to attend, but they're not required. And it's a great way to get interactive help. We have a number of students that are taking the course and like the online support. And we want to remind everybody that we're here on Wednesdays. And if they want to come into the Skokie campus, you can come in and work in person and get in-person support between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. in room P130, Skokie campus. And so we have that information in the announcements. Let me pull that up. We're working towards flex. At this point, we're pending administrative approval. But that is something that we'd like to be able to offer our students if they want to come in. If not, Thursdays are a great day to get Zoom classroom support. And so we can help with Zoom classroom meetings if you send us an email on Thursdays, and we can run Zoom meetings for students that need additional support. You just come up to the email message alert. All right. So in a review, in getting started, we are following the textbook and we're following the modules. Module 1 pretest is due today, and the pretest is just a document that you will fill out that tells a little bit about yourself in the course. And so if we look at the module 1, getting comfortable with AutoCAD and our learning objectives, we're basically looking at going from drafting to CAD and just getting familiarized with the system. We have a PowerPoint that tells you a little bit about the interface. And then we have some lectures and some information about the course itself. The pretest is located right here. And you should download that, fill it out, and then turn it into the assignments folder located right here for the module 1 pretest. And then we'll get back to you, we'll score it and provide feedback if you have any questions about that. So that's our module 1. I'm not sure why it bounced me out of the course, but let me get back in there. And that's due today. And then we have module 2, which is due next week. That's chapter 2. And if we look at that under content, module 2, setting up an introduction to AutoCAD. And you can see this is just somebody's first CAD drawing. And we'll look at things in our learning objectives, like working with different types of units. Mechanical type drawings are typically done in decimal units, and architectural drawings, we're using feet and inches. We realize that some people in other countries might use the metric system, but at this time, the textbook exercises are set for feet and inches. And then we've created a video that goes through and outlines the chapter. And so you can get some video support. If we look at the video, We go through the chapter and we demonstrate how you can work with different files, units, and then we map it to the textbook. So if you're reading the textbook, and everybody learns differently, and so learning how to create computer-aided drawings from a textbook might not be that easy. And so we go through and we highlight what the textbook author is doing, things like working with the circle command, and then these little try it exercises where we'll actually go through and then demonstrate that for you using the CAD system. Alrighty. So the module 2 assignment is to complete the chapter 2 exercises, and they're very straightforward, creating these different geometries. And so this one is just a star, and this is just some sketched lines, some circles, and a combination of both. And then we added some bonus drawings from our previous textbook that we used from the Kirkpatrick interior design textbook. And it's just a recommended book. You don't necessarily need it, but these are great assignments that you can download and then create these different drawings. And so we've also created videos for those. And so you don't have to do the bonus assignments, but some people like to do more hands-on work. And so we've included that in the module 2. And then of course we have videos which outline how to download the template and then create the drawing. And so you download the template, and the template has the geometry on what's called frozen layers. In frozen layers, you can see, but you can't edit them. And so it works really well to give people a sense of where things are located and perspectives. And then they can use the different commands like the ellipse command, the line commands, and the donut command to create the geometry. Alrighty, back to module 2. So module 2, chapter 2 exercises are due on the 8th. And again, you'll create the drawing and then you'll save that. And then you'll be able to turn that in using D2L. And then we'll give you feedback about how that drawing assignment has been. And so if I were to take a drawing, I'm going to pause the video while I pull up the new one. Resuming. So here's my chapter 2 drawing. I put it on a title block, but that's not required for the first assignment. You can simply draw the different components, save the file. And then turn those files in using the D2L system. And so if I view this as a student, you can go to assignments, chapter 2. And we have a rubric for grading. You'll be graded on completeness. The drawing is complete, including title block notes in the assembly. All geometry is continuous. And then basic design rules. Are you following the proper use of the commands? And with the first chapter, there's not that many rules that we're following. Same thing as far as being able to dimension it. We haven't quite learned how to dimension all of the drawings, but we will be adding dimensioning as we continue through. You'll say add a file, and then you'll locate your file and you can upload it. You'll see that the file has been added, and then you can submit it if you'd like to add some additional comments. And we can use the D2L system as a way to generate feedback and to go back and forth where you can say, please don't grade this. I have some questions about this technique. And so we can work with you on that. All right, back to the main splash page. All right, we've talked about module 1 and we've talked about module 2. Let's take a look at module 3 under content. In module 3, we're mapping that to the learning objectives in chapter 3. And so we're looking at using rectangles, exploding them, working with offsets, construction lines, working with modification commands like trim, extend, and lengthen, and then working with object snap. And so we have a drawing assignment, lab 3A, which is to draw this mirror. And you can see we've put it on an Oakton title block here. If you didn't put, for the first chapter, you don't necessarily have to put it on a title block, but as we get better with the computer, we're going to be using these title blocks because they have layers and other things set up for you that, like on the job, your CAD manager will work with to make sure that you're following the standards for things like the right text height and the correct layer and the right line weights. And so part of what we learn is not necessarily just how to draft, but how to draft according to these different standards. And then lab 3B is this dresser. And so we start by drawing some furniture. We put that on a title block as well. And then bonus assignments. At the end of the chapter, there's a couple of other drawings. One of them is this luggage rack. And so we've created a video if you want to do some extra work. And here are the videos for those different exercises. So we have the video textbook lecture, and then we have a tutorial of the mirror and a tutorial of how to create the dresser geometry. Same technique, create the drawings, save the drawings, and then turn them in under the assignments folder in D2L. If we look at the outline of topics, every week, we'll continue to follow our outline of topics. And so here we are on August 30th. We're looking at chapter 3. Remember, we've color-coded it. So blue is reading assignments, green is hands-on CAD drawings, and then red is quizzes. And so in the quiz area, you'll be able to take a quiz that will allow you to answer the questions from the end of the chapter. And those are worth 10 points each. And they're located here under quizzes and exams. And you can see here's the module quizzes. And you just click on them. You can have multiple attempts. We want everybody to do really well on this. Open book, open notes. But essentially, it allows us to see if you're understanding the textbook chapters and the learning objectives. Alrighty, so for this week, module 3 is being released. Module 1 is due today. If you need an extension, you can request an extension. Just go ahead and hit the email message alerts and send us a message, ask for an extension. And then we're working on module 3 at this point. Module 3 will be due September 15th, gives you plenty of time. You can turn it in earlier, of course. And then every week we'll release a new module according to our outline of topics. Alrighty, with that, I'm going to see if there's anything else we need to cover. Al, is there anything else that we want to talk about today?
No, I don't think so. I think you did a great job, Joe.
Alrighty then. So that concludes our Zoom meeting for the week. We'll open the Zoom meeting up for those students that are in attendance that would like some additional help.